She was so mean, so mean. Yes, I am obviously drip feeding. That is just the smart way to go about this, obviously, because I know that there's rats on the ship. Some I know for certain, but if I out those people, then the other ones can protect themselves and distance themselves. I don't know everybody that is on the ship. People in Turning Point had dreams. And so I'm kind of going by a vibe that there may be 6 people who betrayed him by the end of this. Who were asking about the new relic behind me. And I can tell you quickly how I got it. Obviously, it is new. When we were in Wyoming, we traveled with priests. It's something that my husband and I began doing.
Tell me that you are responding to the people asking about the 2 men on the boat without telling me that you are responding to the people asking you about the 2 men on the boat while you were traveling. Okay, Candy baby. So they were priests. All right, we got it.
Not last year, the year before last year. And it has enriched our experience traveling as a family.
Just for clarification, so while people travel, they have margaritas, mojitos, they have massages, the swimming pools, oceans. You guys rather travel with your priest. Please explain more. Why is that?
Kind of checking in with yourself and thinking through things theologically and also feeling a sense of protection to be able to pray.
This woman is a superwoman. She was on vacation, catching fish, mountain climbing, enjoying vacation. She had her kids, had her husband, investigating Charlie's murder, accusing all the billionaires of being AI or hybrid. And as well, she was praying, meditating, traveling with 2 priests. Damn, say what you want about Candace. She knows one thing she knows how to multitask. God damn, girl. Candy baby. Ooh.
I know that I have received so many emails from people and comments from people who felt compelled. So for some reason that you didn't even know. People said, I haven't gone to church in 45 years. And after I watched Charlie be assassinated, I knew that I needed to go to church. Don't ignore that, okay? You are not like a paper bag floating in the wind, like Katy Perry's song said. You do have a spirit, and what you are pulling, everyone feels that we are in some sort of a spiritual battle now. You're starting to wake up. I feel a lot of people right now are starting to wake up and realize something is wrong. I mean, people are asking, do we live in a matrix?
Okay, my lady, what is the matrix? I just want us to be, okay, I should ask Tate. Okay, fine, let me ask him. Tate, please help us. What is the matrix?
It's actually interesting because I get asked that question all the time. But there's certainly a cabal of people who have mass influence over the world who are not people we elect or know their names. I would never kill myself. I'll start by saying that. And I don't have a direct beef with these people. That's what's actually interesting. If you're a billionaire or you're an extremely important person from an extremely important family and you're born into this degree of power and wealth, you're going to wield it and you're going to use it. That's human nature, right? You can't expect somebody to have that kind of influence and not use it. Totally respect and understand that. But then I've become massively influential and they see my influence as a counter to their narratives. So, as it's always been since the dawn of human time, when you have a counter narrative or a counter influence, you aim to destroy it. It's always been that way, right? The English and the Scottish, it's counter narratives and you go to war. So I have a narrative which is countering their narratives that they control and they feel like that I need to be punished for that. And they're massively influential and powerful. And now I find myself in the position I'm in with a matrix attack. And unfortunately, the law is so complicated in most countries on earth for a reason, right? They don't make the law like the 10 Commandments. Don't steal, don't kill. They don't make it simple. They make it extremely complicated and subjective and difficult to understand. And you need lawyers and all this. And the main reason for that is, one, so that certain people can get away with certain things, depending on what kind of lawyer you have. And that can be used as a weapon.
Oh, Candace, so you are countering the matrix and you think the matrix is attacking you right now. What else? What else is going on? We would like to know more.
Do we live in a military-industrial complex? You recognize something is very wrong. Do not ignore your gut on that, okay? You do not descend from Homo sapien, Australopithecus. That is not the story of man. That's not the story of man. That's not where you were from. Like I said, you have a spirit, and there is more. There is more. Of course there is more. Of course there is life after death, okay? And the idea that they want you to believe is, no, this is it. You're here for about 80 years. So you just better be selfish and allow us to enslave you here where we have dominion. I'm talking about these demons that we are fighting, where we have dominion by getting you to compromise your values, compromise who you are, to sell your soul in some circumstances, right? That's not an expression. People, we have observed this, have literally sold their souls. They don't understand that. They won't understand that until they die. They'll realize what that actually means. They'll understand that hell is for an eternity, okay?
Okay, Candace. So what you're telling us is you were about to explain the relic you have behind you, where you got it, and then you spoke about traveling in Wyoming. While you were traveling in Wyoming, you were traveling with 2 priests, and then you're realizing that the world is a matrix, and we are in an industrial military complex, and people have sold their soul to the devil, and they have literally sold their soul here. Can we go back to the part where you were trying to tell us how you got the relic and why you were traveling with your priest? You said you were praying. We have not really understood the concept of it. Neither have we understood why you got the relic. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get the context, girl. Don't be angry.
And how we got here, okay, that the story of Saint Michael leading the angels in heaven, the great battle in heaven, knocking Satan and the angels that were behind him down to the earth. That is all very real. And Saint Michael is a prayer of protection that I feel is very powerful. It's a very powerful prayer that we say every Sunday at Mass.
Okay, girl, no problem. If you're about to pray, at least prayer is something we like, okay? We want prayers. Prayers is calming. It helps us to keep calm, relax, and Okay, girl, carry on. Pray. It doesn't matter if we understand the last 2 or 3 minutes, but let's do some prayers.
And I think that, just the way it starts, Saint Michael, defend us in battle, be our protection against the wickedness and the snares of the devil. May God rebuke him, we humbly pray. And do thou, O Prince of heavenly hosts, by the power of God, cast into hell Satan and all the evil spirits who prowl about the world seeking the ruins of soul. Amen. Amen.
Candy. Usually when people pray, I feel a spirit of calmness. I see calmness. I don't understand this one. This one felt threatening and maybe it's a Catholic thing and I'm not getting, but I've been to Catholic churches. Maybe it's an American Catholic church thing. I've been to Catholic churches. They pray very somber, calm, relax. Saint Michael, pray for us. Cast the demons to hell. This Catholic you're sounding like those very strong Pentecostals. I don't know. Maybe I'm not getting the church you're going to. Let's let the prayers go. But tell me, okay, really?
It's a powerful prayer. And we're there. We need protection, okay?
Okay, Candy, no problem. As long as we are not having more dreams, it's okay. Because your dreams, as long as we're not having more dreams, no problem. We will manage the prayers, no matter how hard they felt. But it's okay. Prayer is prayer.
But I do think that once again, goodness, light is going to win. I feel that, and a lot of you feel that, and I'm loving your emails telling me about your dreams.
Oh. I thought we agreed on the dreams thing now, Candice. We had agreed that no more dreams now, Mama. Why do you make things complicated? We agreed no more dreams. You have stopped dreaming. Now you have outsourced the dreams to others. Seriously. It's difficult for us to keep track of these things when you're just pulling them. Every 2 seconds, you pull a new thing. We are now on the 7th subject. We started with you explaining the relic behind you. We are now on dreams.
Had dreams.
So good.
There was one young woman who emailed me and said, Candace, I just have to tell you, the week leading up to this, I had a very vivid dream about so-and-so at the company and 6 snakes that were around him. And I didn't know that Charlie was going to be assassinated. And this person recounted their dream in detail. And there was many people who dreamed, for whatever reason, the number 6 was in their dreams in terms of the weapon, whatever it was 6 that was appearing. There may be 6 people who betrayed him.
Not to cut you short, but I remember last time you tweeted, you said everyone betrayed him. Now that we have narrowed the number to 6, are we now saying that the others who you had boxed in, everybody are no longer there? Because, and you're deducing this from dreams. You know, with this kind of claims, it requires bold proof. So tell me, Mama, what are you using as proof? Just the dreams? What are you using as proof to say that there are 6 people? Because you have left from everyone to 6 people. What is the proof you are using on this case?
And so I'm kind of going by a vibe that there may be 6 people who betrayed him.
By vibe? What do you mean by vibe, Candace? So we've left from dreams to vibes? Wow. How far the mighty have fallen. I remember our days of facts don't care about your feelings. You left from there. You went for feelings. Then you went to dreams. Now we are on vibes. I'm feeling vibes on vibes.
I'm feeling vibes on vibes. I'm a ticking dynamite. Oh, them nothing kill my vibe. Them nothing kill my vibe.
I'm giving candle lights. You know fit kill my vibes. You know fit kill. You know fit kill. You know fit kill. Fires on fire, but are the light and that Candy baby. Oh my God, girl.
By the end of this, because there was one too many dreams to that effect from people around the world. Trust your gut. Don't ignore your dreams. Don't ignore your intuition.
Candace, there is a difference between trusting your gods and dreams when it comes to things that are personal to you. This is you making claims and making accusations of people regarding murder. Murder. Do you think there has ever been a case that was solved in the first 24 hours in Snapped, in Criminal Minds, in the police, anyone? Because somebody woke up and said, it's by my vibes, it's by my dreams or intuition. Honey, you can have a hunch, but you have to find the evidence before you make an accusation. And when she says these things and you correct it and you tell people that you shouldn't make accusations using vibes, dreams, and intuitions, her fans will be under there saying that you're not telling them not to use their vibes, intuitions. They use their vibes and intuitions to find their cat. They use their vibes and intuitions to know who stole their lunch break money when they were in secondary school and things like that. They use their vibes and intuition to know that friend who did not like them anymore. This is you making an accusation. I'm asking all of you who are thinking normally, go out there. Let there be a crime in the neighborhood. I'm not even saying murder, just a simple crime, robbery or any. And you say, my intuition tells me that this person did it, and see if that person will be arrested. You have to bring the proof that that person must have done it. Some kind of evidence. It doesn't work like vibes. This is not investigation. This is just making a mess. And she knows it. And you know how I know she knows it? One of her fans asked her towards the end of one of her shows and asked her, hey, you have been pulling us and dragging us along this show and we are going nowhere. Is it that you know these people and you're just giving us crumbs? And she still admits again there that she doesn't know everybody. But she came out. When she came out and posted that she knows that everyone betrayed Charlie. All her fans were all over Twitter, YouTube, screaming, and we could not drink water and drop cup because they were screaming in our ears about how Candace knows all the traitors. Now it has come down to proof and evidence. She is going off of vibes. She's going off of dreams. And now that she knows she has no concrete evidence, she's narrowing out to 6 because of the vibes and the dreams, or narrowing it out to, I'll be dropping crumbs to see who lies so that we can catch them in the lie, because I don't know everyone who betrayed him. You still know just a few, and you don't want the others to go into hiding and take cover. Girl, the last time we had this conversation before you went on your sabbatical, where you took 2 priests and came back with a lyric, or it's a relic. You went on that sabbatical and posted on Twitter that everyone betrayed Charlie. Where are we now? Why are Candace, Candy baby? I'm sure her fans will be under here in no 2 seconds. Oh, you are nothing. Oh, this. Think. The truth is this. Candace keeps telling them every day. The girl doesn't hide her truth anymore. She will start a show by saying that we are going to have facts. Then in the next second, she tells you that she is going off of vibes, because that's what we do here. And all of them are there. Yes, mistress. And you dare challenge that vibes and that non-facts that they are going off of. Ooh, you're about to have your burns. You're about to be burned by the Candyland court. You're about to have Candyland burns. 3rd degree kind of Candyland burns. In fact, 7th degree. Okay? You dare point out that their queen is going off of vibes and not facts, that she's going off of dreams, and accusing everyone, saying that Charlie's life was nothing but a Truman Show. If you've watched the Truman Show, you know what that implies. Saying that nothing in Charlie's life was real. That man had left behind a wife who is apparently... Erica, you're not helping this case. How did you hug that man with your fingers caressing his head like that? How did you do that? He had 2 kids. Okay, let's leave the wife for now. Let's concentrate on the 2 kids. Candace also telling me that those 2 kids were also part of the Truman Show and nothing of it was real. Candace, before you, massive accusations, big claims require big evidence. They don't go off of vibes and feelings. You cannot be saying, I'm feeling vibes on vibes, while accusing people of murder. Girl, what land are you living in? Candyland? Oh, yeah, that's true. Sorry, my bad.
Caitlin writes, hey, Candace, I'm a huge fan, and I believe all of what you say is true and genuine, but it does feel like you are drip feeding us the information that you have about Charlie's death and the betrayals around him, episode by episode. Are you unable to lay it out all at once for us? And what can be done about Cash's corruption? Yes, I am obviously drip feeding. It would not be smart for me to tell them everything that I know, because I am trying to figure out who the rats are on the ship. And that is why I've been intentionally setting bait, giving a little bit of information and allowing them to lie. That is just the smart way to go about this, obviously, because I know that there's rats on the ship. Some I know for certain.
You don't know for certain. But you were telling us in the tweet when you were on your sabbatical that everyone betrayed Charlie. Suddenly, you don't know everyone who betrayed him. You are setting traps. You're not laying it all out there. You're drip feeding. Girl, every day she tells you guys the truth. The truth is this. Many of us have refused or still don't want to accept that this martyr of truth is actually just having a random, wonderful show where she's pulling us along. Let me tell you guys something. Let something new and fresh come along. See how fast she will drop this case and go on to that one. Because that is what she's giving us, a show. And she depends on what is the best show she can give at the moment. It has nothing to do with whether she believes in it so much or not. No. When Trump was the show, she gave that show. She sold it for $9.99 per ton. And so she did. As soon as that one was no longer giving, she dropped the Trump charade faster than she could file for a dismissal for the lawsuit she said she will not dismiss. And now she was on Macron's ass and his wife's alleged penis. She wouldn't let it go. As soon as it dropped down that Charlie, ooh, she has a new thing. Guys, look at it. If this lady was actually looking for justice for Charlie, she would do this thing in a better way, in a way that shows she's actually serious, not just causing chaos. She's just online having a beef with a couple of people. That's all she's doing here. She's just having a random online beef, jetting here and there until she gets to a point. Yes, I see some genuine wonder on what happened to her friend. I see it there, her friend, ex-friend, or whatever. I see some genuine wonder or some genuine care somewhere in the back of her mind where she's wondering what happened to her friend. But at the end of the day, she knows this is not the best way to go about it, to find justice for her friend. She herself knows it. Causing chaos online is not going to solve a murder. All of this is not going to solve this case. And she tells it before it was everyone. When she comes back on Monday, it's about to be bang, 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 bang. She has the proofs, the evidence, the cut. When she showed up, all she had were screenshots of her friend. Screenshots that had nothing to prove what she was talking about. She went on a rampage on how she and Kenya West, how they manifested, she and Charlie manifested Kenya West into tweeting about her. And when they tweeted about her, the next minute she has handlers. She has dropped the handler situation. She's now on a new rampage. Girl is on a roll and she has the people she's dragging on that roll. It's fun. It's really fun because I cannot wait for when they all wake up to this charade, this show she's putting up. This is the real Truman Show.
But if I out those people, then the other ones can protect themselves and distance themselves. I don't know everybody that is on the ship, and who has betrayed Charlie. So this is the process that we are going through. And by the way, what I don't know, which is kind of the big point of this, I don't know actually who pulled the trigger and killed Charlie Kirk, right? And so there's kind of two running investigations: who betrayed Charlie Kirk. And I, by the way, would make the argument that everyone is betraying him right now by not speaking out and telling the truth. I would say that, right? And then there's the other element of who actually killed Charlie Kirk.
Candace, girl, bye. So the guy who has been arrested, you don't even see any similarity between him related to the case. You don't even think that he is related somehow. Even if you think this guy is not the one who pulled the trigger, even if you believe that he did not act alone, he has some kind of relationship to this case. Of all the people who could have been caught and brought to that thing, why would it have been him? He has some kind of connection to this case, but it seems you are now out here trying to Harvey Weinstein him the same way you were trying to clean Harvey Weinstein's reputation a few times ago. Now you are trying to Harvey Weinstein this guy. For what reason, only God knows. But I'm sure with time, we will know your true motives. Because one thing about you somehow turn around, and you speak the truth. Even though many people will still see it as some God-given gospel that needs to be spread around the world. But you know what? On this, I rest my case. She does not know jack. She is just throwing the net, hoping something sticks or some fish gets stuck there. She's just throwing everything to the wall, hoping something sticks. Then she'll say, that's it. And that is what Candace is working on. If you're looking for the real Truman Show she was calling Charlie's life, she is giving you all the real Truman Show currently. And you know what? Her fans are here for it. We're eating it up.
But I think what I take from it and what I understood and why it brought me to tears when I realized that this moment happened is he knew his life was going to be short, and he knew that for whatever reason, I was going to be the only one that defended him publicly, that would go to war with everyone. And I mean that, with everyone. I just don't care. You don't get to do this. You don't get to force me to watch someone that I came up with catch a bullet in his throat and then tell me to shut up. Okay? There's got to be rules here. You don't get to do this. And you're losing. You feel that, right? You feel the energy is not behind you. There's a reason for that. There isn't any energy behind you. The energy is not going to follow darkness. It's just not. T-Dos writes, Christine Jones writes, TPUSA died with Charlie. I mean, I've seen a lot of your comments about like the show is not the same, and it's because nothing can survive when it is being choked by lies. And that's ultimately what I hope for these people, going back to my point that I actually don't believe in the death penalty because it's too easy. For the people who didn't kill Charlie, but perhaps betrayed him before or after, because I feel like accepting this bogus narrative is an act of betrayal. I want these people to go through the rest of their lives, long lives. I want them to have long lives, actually. And in every room they walk in, it's suffocating, suffocated by people's looks, people's thoughts. They can feel the energy of people knowing, you too? We know. I want them to feel that energy. Doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter what promotion you get, what title you have, what chief you are, the people around you in every room you walk into know, right? They don't know, but they know. And that should mean everything.